So we'll go ahead with the transaction code called Smartforms. The transaction code itself is Smartforms for Smartforms concept. And in this, we are going to create, we don't have to create a page. Default page will be there. Under that page, default page 1, you will have default main window. We don't have to create it. And if at all, if you need more pages, you can create something like page 2, or you can name something else, and in that we can create something. But here in this page, you can create one more window. Okay, so we'll create to address. Okay, we'll create main window and we'll create from. So these all things we can create. Okay, so now let us go ahead with those things now, and let us do these things. And in this concept, I'm keeping this to address also in the main window only. Okay, so I'm creating header here, main window, and footer. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so I'm creating header, main window, and footer. That's it. Page 2, I'm not creating any page 2 here. Just one page we are creating, and in that we are creating 3 windows. And this main window, we are going to keep it in loop, guys. Loop will be provided inside the Smartform only. Okay, loop is provided inside the Smartform. So we don't have to write the loop again in our program, in our print program. Okay, this is what is the difference. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm focusing on a very simple project today, and we'll go for a few more complex projects in the tomorrow session.
Okay, sir.
Now here we have the Smartforms. Smartforms is a transaction code where we have to do it. It's similar to what we have done in script AC71, similar to that. But here we need to create a form name ZBA_greeting, and I'm creating create here. And then here we'll have by default form attributes, form interface, and global definitions and all. So if you have to create a loop here, then we need to create an internal table and work area as well. So you have to say something like it_kna1, a loop at it_kna1 into w_kna1, right? So for this, you just need to declare the internal table and work area. You have to declare both the things inside the program. So for that, we have to create 2 things before going ahead with the Smartforms. That is, you have to go to SE11 and create. You have to go to SE11 and create one table type. Okay, so first we need to create a structure and then table type. We need to create a structure and table type. Structure will create as ZST_kna1, and we are going to create our work area in our Smartform with reference to this structure. Structure will have only 4 or 5 fields here, just 4 fields. Let's take 4 fields, and the table type ZIT_kna1. Here we have to create a table type in the S11, and then we need to create a internal table in the internal table called IT_kna1 in the Smartforms with reference to this. So first we are going to create 2 things in the S11. One is the structure ZST_kna1, and another is table type. Now what is table type? Table type is equivalent to our internal table that we created in the programs, or in our internal normal program. So let us go ahead and now create a structure first, /n_s11, and I'm going to create a structure here, ZST data type. In data type, ZST_kna1 create. We have to create it as a structure. We have to have customer data. Now here we have KUNNR, type KUNNR, name1, type name1_GP, ORT01, type ORT01_GP, name1, type name1_GP. Now why I'm giving name1_GP? Why I'm giving all GP _GP and why I'm not giving _GP for KUNR? Let's go and check in the SE11 KNM1 table.
Data element is like that.
Exactly, data element. In the data element we have in the data element we have this as _GP. For KUNR we don't have it. For other data elements we have _GP. That's the reason we are writing it. So we are activating this. We are active. Okay, there is one field which is named twice. It seems. Okay, this should be land1. Land1 type land1 underscore GP. Fine. Now we'll activate this. So we're creating a structure here, global structure. Then let us create a global internal table. Global internal table is called what? It's called table type. So now we have to select the table type and say OK, and we'll create it as a table type for customer data. Now in this we'll go for Z st underscore kna1, save, activate. Now this is zit underscore kna1. So zit underscore kna1 is a table type. This is done. The table type, internal table, the structure is done, table type is done. Now let's go back to the Smartform, and in the Smartform we need to declare internal table and work area. So where do we declare the internal table and work areas? In the form interfaces, in the tables, we'll declare the internal table it underscore kna1 type zit underscore kna1. This is a table type. Okay, only table type can be accepted here, guys. If you give something like kna1 or st underscore kna1, zst underscore kna1, nothing will work here because that is not a valid option here. So in the global definitions here, we can declare the work area w underscore kna1 type zst underscore kna1. We do that and save it in the local object. And now that we have done this, we'll go ahead with, so we have declared the internal table here in the form interface, and we have declared the work area in the global data. And then here we declare the one more window called header window. We'll name this as header window here. And then we'll go ahead with create new window, and this you'll create as footer window. Footer window. Now the header window, we need to create a text. Right click on this, create text. You don't have to go anywhere, so you just right click on this text and double click on this. So Airtel India, it's automatically going to next line because the window is very small. Okay, so we'll go ahead and expand the window later. So right click on the main window and we'll create a text here, and this is where we'll write the logic here, and then we have this as right click on this, we have the text. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and first set the form painter. Go to the form painter, and in this we can see, you cannot see the entire screen, right? So what you can do is you can reduce the size, entire size 75. Even then I'm not able to see. I'll make it as 50% of it. Then I'm able to see the entire page. So we can reduce it. So there are some additional flexibilities which are provided at the Smartforms level. This minimizing and maximizing the screen of the page layout and all was not acceptable previously. We have this footer. Now adjust the main window as well, and then we have the header window. I'm just adjusting the header window as well. Okay, so now we would like to keep this main window in the loop. Okay, we would like to make this main window in the loop. So for that, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and right click on this, create Now flow logic, and in this we have to write the loop. Okay, so in the main window we would like to type dynamic data. That's the reason we are making a loop here. Since we already have the internal table and work area been declared here, we write this as it underscore kna1 here and into wa underscore kna1. Okay, and then here we have kunr, then we have kunr. No, these are the where conditions. Let's reduce this. Here we go for knr, and then we have event. Yes, save it. And then once we have this loop, we need to sort the table with the primary key here. That's the reason I'm writing it. So this is like a sort before the loop and sort after the loop. That's something which is mandatory here. We'll do that. Now here, this is the loop here, and we have it sorted based on the kunr. And here within that loop, inside the loop, under the loop we have this, and here we'd go for this editor here. Okay, so we will go ahead and write here something like and wa underscore kn1 hyphen name1 and. Okay, so we'll write here 2, and here we have and wa underscore kn1 hyphen ort01 and w underscore kn1 hyphen land1 and then we write full stop. Okay, so then we have dear and w underscore kn1 hyphen name1 and wish you happy quarantine. Wish you a happy quarantine. Then back. Now this is what we have written in the main address, and from we can also write the from here. From also here only. From later. But here this should be grayed out. This should be grayed out actually. So this should be. Let me try this from here. Have this. Yeah, this should be like this. Actually it should be grayed out, so I'm dragging and dropping it. If you're not getting in the dragging and dropping, we just need to select an option here which will actually this will actually change the properties, but ultimately it should be grayed out like this. So then we have name1, then no, this should be name1. Okay, now here we'll go for name1. Okay, and then comma here, then comma here, then here we have land1 and full stop. And then here also, in this place also, this should not be like this. Only if it is grayed out, it will come, the value will come here. So name1 I'm dragging and dropping here. Okay, and then correct. Okay, save it, and after that terms and conditions. just save it. So this terms and conditions, we can also write it in a standard text, and we can implement them. That's something which we'll come back to that later. So what we are doing is we are having a loop, and inside the loop we are having a text here, and inside the text we are getting this values. Now this has been done now, so we are done with the smart form design. We'll activate this. Okay, this equal to has been decided, implemented, because I had written something there. So save it, syntax check, activate. So this is done. It's just activating. So once the smart form is activated, the way we call this into our program is slightly different. Okay, we don't have to call all those forms and all. Just you can also have a quick preview of it from the smart forms transaction itself. We have not written anything in there. Now on the header and the footer is coming. In the main area, since there is a loop and we are writing something inside the loop that needs to be executed, that will be displayed in the actual program. So let's go ahead and create the actual program here, or the print program. So whatever we have done in the script, similar to that we have done it. Smartform1 create. Now in this again we'll create the same thing like the internal table and work area and all. But here we don't have to again create a structure, because we already created a global structure. So you can create z it underscore kna1, w underscore kna1, type zst underscore kna1. Now if you observe here, I have not written standard table of, because I'm referring it to internal table only. This is a global internal table. What is the global internal table referred to as? It is referred to as table type. Now since we are referring to the table type, you don't have to write standard table of. But since for work area we are not writing it, then it is needed to write, we are referring to the structure. Here we are referring to the table type. Select options kna1 x underscore knr for kn1. So if I'm referring the select options to the direct database table, I need to mention that in the tables, otherwise it will throw an error. But if I'm writing it as w underscore kn1 hyphen knr, there is no need to declare the table. So we'll go for select knr name1 ort01 land1 from kn1 into table it underscore kn1. Okay. Where knr in s underscore kn1. So it's always better to write it in this way, so that like it will be easy for us to understand it. Select statement is done. Now here, how do you call that smart form here? The calling the smart form is very simple. When you go for this environment and function module name, you'll get the function module name here. You can copy this, or what you can do is you can simply click on execute, and here you can find the function module name. So for every smart form, there will be a unique function module name that gets generated by the system. We don't have to do that. So how do you call that smart form here? All that you have to do is that dynamically generated function module name, we have to give it here. Automatically the smart form will be called. Here we need to pass that it underscore kna1 here. into the Smartform. Rest of all the things will be taken care by the Smartform. Save, syntax check, activate, execute. We have some 1000 to 10,000. Execute. LP0 and print preview. Now, if you see here, we have 237 records been extracted. So actually, this has been updated in the same screen. So we need to make this to address and all to go back to the next screen. I'll just adjust that. So if you see this, all the data has been uploaded here, but we need to get only one customer's details in one screen. I need to adjust that. So we have to go ahead with. Let me go for the Smartform and fix it up. Now here just this is in the A4 size actually. Here also we can actually change the font size and all. In our program output also it should be A4. This is the dimension A4. Just need to make sure it is A4 there also. Close the secondary window. Okay. So once it's active, we'll go ahead and execute the main program. So we got the output and we got the grading as well, but I'm adjusting the dimension so that in each page only one grading has been printed. In fact, if at all, if you are looking out for some printouts and you want to just cut the page and all, you can go for it. But otherwise, we need to select each page will have one option, one option. Okay, so you are still getting it like from still getting multiple values in one particular field. Just fix it up. Okay, so what exactly happened is since the window was not completely occupied, the next page was also getting printed in the same page, but now it's not the case. So now we have 1408 pages with all the different unique values. We have this. So in each page we have a different set of values here. Now this completes this project on Smartforms. And how did I actually avoid that error is, it's not an error, it's the formatting issue. So I just went into it and made sure that that the entire window is completely occupied by giving a full stop at the end, so that will actually make sure that the data is fetched into a next screen actually. Okay, then with this we complete this Smartforms concept.